My name's Catherine Seal. I live in Bradford. My first symptoms really were I got diagnosed as having a viral infection. So it was like flu that I kept getting, and it kept going away and then coming back. I was starting a new job at the time, so I wondered whether it was stress related, but normally I wasn't off sick, and it seemed to go on forever, this sort of tiredness and headaches, and I kept going back to the GP. I think I went about 3 times, and they said, oh, it's a viral infection, you will get over it. And then I was diagnosed suddenly out of the blue with asthma as an adult, when I'd never had any asthmatic symptoms as a child, which seemed quite strange. I'd gone on holiday in Italy and struggled to breathe during that time, and when I came back they diagnosed me with asthma. Yeah, it was a year from when I started having symptoms and went to the GP to when I ended up eventually in A&E. Initially, I was treated with 6 cycles of cyclophosphamide, which is like a chemotherapy type drug. The treatment for vasculitis tends to be quite drastic. They hit you really hard with treatment to try and bring it under control. So I was given really high doses of prednisolone. We're talking about 200 milligrams. I was put on azathioprine, which I'm still on now. Then after 2 years I had a relapse. I was in hospital again, so again they pumped me full of steroids. Taking steroids, it wasn't good for me. I used to be internet shopping in the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep on them. I found concentrating and focusing really difficult being on high doses of steroids. The cyclophosphamide, I was pretty ill after each cycle. A lot of it's panic because it sets all kinds of reactions in your body, and it's like you suffer from panic attacks. So I ended up seeing doctors in the middle of the night. I think the best advice one of the clinicians said to me was, this is really serious treatment, just go home, really relax and just try and sleep, and that really helped me. I lost some of my hair, I put on lots of weight. That's the thing that I think women really struggle with steroids. I got highs and lows of energy, so you'd get a real rush of adrenaline, and then you get falls, and it's like that all day and all night really. So I struggle with taking steroids. Day to day, I've had to change my working patterns, so I work part-time now. I think I'd struggle with full-time hours. I have to pace myself and rest more often. I certainly adjust my social activities. If I'm going out for a night out, I often have a sleep during the day. I do everything that I can to try and make sure that I stay healthy. And I'm very lucky because I've got an employer that supports that as well. I think people, when they're newly diagnosed, should try and find out as much about the disease as possible, and really challenge your clinicians if you're not getting the answers that you want. I found pharmacists really useful to find out a lot about the drugs and the side effects. When I was having problems, I used to ask them lots of questions. If you don't like the treatment that you're getting from a clinician, then move to somebody that's more specialist. And make sure that you use the support networks like Vasculitis UK. I remember when I was first diagnosed, one of the nurses said to me, she's quite scary really, she says, you're just going to have to change the whole way that you live your life. You do have to learn to take care of yourself and pace yourself a bit more.